Hello and welcome to this edition of Iron Sports, and I am Jermaine Brown. Well, in this edition, we focus on the eagerly anticipated netball series with a little Caribbean delight as our Sunshine Girls prepare to face their Bajan counterparts. As well, we continue our build-up to the 14th staging of the Jamaica International Invitational with a few, well, at least three of the big stars set to participate. As usual, let us know what you think by heading to our Facebook page, Iron Sports JA. We take a break, but stick around. When we come back, we head to the track. Soon come. Right then, hello and welcome back to Iron Sports. Now, the Jamaica International Invitational is an IAAF World Challenge meet in its 14th staging and is only 48 hours away. And the anticipation is to see a plethora of Olympic and World Championship medalists who are set to compete. Of course, they compete at the highest level. Well, three of our very special guests are on set with me. And we'll also be giving you some updates as to what is happening, the build-up to the meet. Right, here we go. So on set with me is Andre de Grasse. Of course, he is the Olympic 200-meter bronze medalist and 100-meter bronze medalist as well. And Alison Felix is also here with us. And this will be, I think, her second time at the Jamaica Invitational. And LaShawn Merritt, who is also no stranger to the Jamaica Invitational meet. Lady and gentlemen, welcome to Iron Sports. So, Andre, let me begin with you. This is your very first time at the Jamaica Invitational meet. Go ahead and tell me why you'd have decided to use the Jamaican meet, this Invitational meet, as part of your own preparation.
Oh, I thought it would be, very prepared to do that. I'm coming off the Caribbean circuit. I thought it would be helping me get ready for my Canadian trials coming up soon. So for me, I just want to use this event. It's my first 200 meters of the year, just to try to show my fitness and see where I'm at in the season.
Yeah, I think you've laid down 10.10 for the 100 meters in Guadeloupe recently. So the half lap event is to come now. How ready are you for Saturday's meet?
I feel like I'm pretty ready. I think the crowd's going to give me a boost here in Jamaica. I'm feeling pretty good after coming off of Guadeloupe with a season best. So now it's just about going to execute my race and show the world what I'm capable of.
Yeah. Alison, of course, very much loved here in Jamaica. Of course, the crowd usually goes wild when you step onto the track here in Jamaica. You're back. You've yet to open your season in an individual event, but you've chosen the Jamaica Invitational. Why?
Well, I love it here in Jamaica, and it's always fun to be back. I started here in 2002 at World Juniors, and so I just love the atmosphere, and it's really exciting. So I'm excited to open my season here.
Yeah, and what has your preparation been like thus far?
Training has been going really well. I feel good, I'm healthy, and so I'm excited to really just see where I'm at.
Yeah, LaShawn, of course, no stranger to the meet either. As a matter of fact, LaShawn has been participating at this meet as far back as maybe 2005. Just after he had dominated at the World Juniors the year before. LaShawn, you'll be doing the 200 meters. In fact, you and Andre will be meeting in the half-lap event. How much are you anticipating that early season matchup?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited about it. I'm always excited to get back here to Jamaica. Like you said, I'm no stranger here. The crowd, I hope the crowd still loves me. And it'll be my second 200 of the year. And I'll do the 200 at our trials. So it's the last 200 I'll compete in before our trials later in June.
Yeah, you also ran in Guadeloupe. Did the 400. What was that like?
It was okay. I didn't run as fast as I wanted to run, but I'm healthy. I executed a race. I won the race. So this is the last 200, and I have a 400 next week at pre, and then just get ready for the trials.
For the other 200 that you've done already this season, you ran 20.27. How much are you looking to improve on that?
I want to run faster. You know, the crowd and the weather's always great here. A lot of adrenaline in the stadium. It's always loud. So I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
You know, Degrassi will be in the race. It'll be an amazing field. So I'm just ready to get out and, like you said, execute a race.
Yeah, Alison, you've chosen to open your season in the 100 meters. What's the idea behind that?
Well, the 100 has always helped me in the 2 and in the 4, and it's a nice place for me to start and just to kind of see where I am, evaluate what needs to be worked on, and no better place to do that than here.
Yeah. So what's the major focus for this season? Yes, you're starting in the 100, but is it that you plan on going back to doing the 200, 400 double, or
Well, I
what's
have
the
the
case?
bye in the 400, and
Yeah.
so knowing that I have that at our nationals, I'll most likely run the sprints and then kind of evaluate where I'm at and kind of make a decision going from there. I had such a really tough year last year that I just want to make sure that I'm feeling good and capable and kind of see where I'm at and go from there.
Yeah, Andre, of course, earlier I said you got the bronze and the 200 at the Olympics. It's actually the silver that you got, so apologies. But what has it been like for you since really coming through at the Rio Olympics? Of course, I know wherever you go, the cameras are there, and you've come of age really in terms of being a big-time celebrity in the track and field world. How have you been dealing with that?
Yeah, it's a whole new spotlight for me. You know, it's been hard to get used to since the Rio Olympic Games was over, but I've been trying to just, you know, stay focused and, you know, just try to stay away from, you know, all those other things that, you know, people might be saying and everything. But, I mean, I just try to do what I'm supposed to do, stay focused on the track, and if I can do that, I don't have to worry about all the other things.
Yeah. Now, you'll be meeting LaShawn in the 200. I know there are athletes who try to avoid the early season matchups with bigger name athletes or with equally big name athletes. But what is your own thoughts on that?
Oh, I always like going up against the big names. It helps me get ready, see where I'm at early in the season. So, you know, getting to race LaShawn is going to be it's going to be a great matchup. Racing him early in the season to see where he's at, see where I'm at, and then I'm just going to go from there.
Yeah. Alison, getting back to you, of course, you've been in the sport for some time now. What is it like knowing that there are younger athletes coming up and that you're still the athlete to beat and trying to hold those off? What is that like for you? How pressuring is that?
It's always challenging,
Yeah.
You know, there's always very talented people coming up, but it's also great. You know, I've enjoyed a really, really long career, and I'm proud of that, you know, and I'm still enjoying it, still having fun, and, you know, as long as that's the case, then I'm happy to continue.
Yeah, LaShawn, up to maybe 2 years ago, it would have been yourself and Kirani who were the top two men, the two big dogs in the 400 meters. But lo and behold, Van Niekerk has arrived, and Braylon Taplin from Grenada, our very own Javon Francis, and there are others who keep coming through. How are you able to stay ahead of the pack and to be so consistent year in, year out?
You know, it's about being mentally strong, you know, physically strong, continuing to learn, and staying hungry. You know, a lot of self-motivation, staying dedicated, all those things that you hear people say that may be like cliches, but
Right.
it's true. You have to keep your mind right and stay focused. It's an individual sport, so you can't hide behind anybody. So it's just you, and whatever you put in, you'll get out. You know, and this is something I love to do. I know that these athletes are going to come up each year. I just have to continue to learn and learn myself and my strengths and strengthen my weaknesses and my strengths. So, and I'm feeling good. You know, I'll be 31 this year. It's a lot of guys I compete against who are like 18 and 19 years old. And I remember when I was that age, full of adrenaline. You know, so I have to just keep the adrenaline with the veteran mindset.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Recently, and I'll pose the question to all three of you. Recently, there was a proposal put forward by the European Athletics Council for all world records before 2005 to be erased from the books for varying reasons. Your own thoughts on that? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
Who, me?
Yeah, that's how it
I don't know. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a lot of, when I'm on the road, I just focus on what I have to do. I I train, I sleep, I eat, I get to the track. So I don't know. I don't know the reasoning behind it, so I'm not really sure.
Well, you know, there are talks that a few of the world records are questionable. For instance, the women's 400-meter record done back in the 1980s by the East German, and that stands at, well, Addison would know even better than I do, 47 point, I think .7. So it is a big discussion. So let me ask you once again if you think it's fair for those world records before 2005 to be removed from the books, outdoor, indoor.
I don't think it's fair because you never know. You know, it's a lot of people who are in this sport that are doing it clean. You know, so to erase everybody's record, I don't think that's fair.
Alison, your take on it?
Yeah, I think it's just a much more complex issue. I think that, of course, there are records that need to be looked at, but there are also records that I believe are clean. And so I think, like LaShawn said, to wipe them all out together, I don't think that that's the answer, but I think that it's a discussion that that's good that it's starting, but I think that it just needs to be thought of more.
Yeah. Andre, I mean, you'll be 23 this year, so you're the new kid on the block, but certainly you'd know of the world records before 2005. What is your view on this latest issue?
For me, you know, I was young, so I don't know much about, you know, the records. I know in my event, you know, the records are passed from or over 2005, so I know that's what I'm chasing. But then for other events, I know it's been back from the 80s, the 90s, and yeah, I feel like it's not fair as well to the athletes that were clean. But I feel like, you know, this upcoming next generation is going to be able to break all those records, I think. So I don't feel like it's going to be an issue, as you see in the 400 meters. You know, Wade just broke the 400-meter record from the 90s. So I feel like even the records from before 2005 are eventually going to get broken either way.
Staying on records, I mean, the records that you definitely have in mind are 9.58 and 19.19. Of course, Usain Bolt having those world records for the 100 and 200. How far away do you think you are from getting close or even breaking those and your own ambitions to get to those records?
It's hard to say. I mean, I'm a little bit far. I'm about 3-4 tenths away. Yeah. But, you know, I'm working hard. You know, continue to progress. You know, getting personal best every single year. So, I mean, at any moment, I feel like I can have a breakthrough. So it's just about trying to just execute and prepare for that moment.
Yeah. Alison, the one thing that the men have had in terms of are the world records. I mean, presently, you know, Bolt, for instance, and Van Niekerk, they are present holders of world records. And as such, they get the attention, they get the commercial support. For the women, it hasn't been as much because when you look at the world records, they are from a long time ago, 80s, 90s, and so your crop have been competing, but not as world record holders. How much do you think this has affected your commercial ability?
Yeah, I think it definitely plays a role. I think it's always exciting when you're close to a world record and it's something, you know, it's never been done. You know, you're always trying to break barriers. So it is difficult, and sometimes, you know, it can be disheartening that you're chasing something that does seem to be so far away. But I think that you have to love this sport. You have to have a passion for it, and you have to really go with the journey of it all. And so I try just not to get too wrapped up in those things and focus on my passion for the sport and just trying to better myself day in and day out.
Yeah. All right. We're going to be wrapping up shortly. I won't keep you guys because I know you arrived today, right? So fresh from the airport and right here on Iron Sports, the All-Star crew. LaShawn, let me just come back to you as you come around for the last lap. All right. Going back to Saturday's meet, what kind of, let's say, time and performance would you be pleased with at the end of the day?
I'm definitely trying to break 20 point. You know, like I said, this is the last 200 I'll have before the trials. I think trials coming up, it'll definitely be a 19-point race. So to just get that under my belt and get that in my legs is what I need.
Yeah. Alison, quickly.
I don't have a time in mind, but just, you know, to see where I'm at, you know, evaluate that and have a good effort and execute well.
Andre?
Yeah, same goes with Alison. Just trying to go out there and execute my race. It's my first 200 of the year, so I'll just try to get better for my second one going towards trials.
Good stuff. Excellent. Andre DeGrasse, thank you for joining us. Alison Felix and LaShawn Merritt, thanks to all three of you for being here with us on Iron Sports. Right then, we take a break, and when we return, we'll be heading to the netball courts. Stay with us.